Hello, you beautiful humans. I have recently nailed down my everyday, air quotes, makeup look. I do not wear makeup every day. I used to do a full face every day to go to an office and even to go to the drugstore or the grocery store, full face 100% of the time. Now, after the big you know what, I wash my hair way less. I don't use hot tools. I don't really wear makeup. But sometimes I just want a little something. So I am going to show you my new ultra-minimalist everyday makeup. Figured we'd do it together and have a little chit chat. I got this adorable makeup bag from TJ Maxx, and it is the perfect size to hold my essentials. This is not going to be a tutorial because there's not skill here that I'm, employing. I'm just showing you what I do, and I figured we'd have a little chit chat. I thought I would tell you a little bit about my spiritual awakening because it has been a journey, and I am resisting the urge to put spiritual awakening in air quotes, although I guess I technically just did, because that's exactly what happened. I had a spiritual awakening. My life is different now. I'm a different person to some degree now, and things feel better for me anyway. So I figured I'd share that with you while I did my makeup. Now, I do have to take my glasses off to do this, obviously, so I'm not going to be able to see shit unless it's very close to my face. So hopefully the camera doesn't go out of focus or anything, or I don't go cross-eyed or anything weird like that. So I'm just going to put my hair back to make things a little easier. I've already done my skincare, my SPF. If anybody's interested, I can do a video on that too. I love skincare. It's one of my favorite things. I consider it a hobby, but also it makes my skin feel nice. So I don't know. You don't have to be just one thing. You can be a crunchy ass hippie who is contemplating never shaving their armpits again, but you can also like makeup. None of us is perfect. We're all on a journey. None of us is just one thing. So first things first, I'm going to use the Tula Gold Glow and Get It Cooling and Brightening Eye Balm under my eyes. And this is kind of my like solution. Ooh, look at me, beauty blogger. This is my solution to concealer. I don't want to really wear concealer anymore. And this is so weird because it is like super cooling. I guess I should have just done one and let you see the difference. But yeah, I just smoothed that on. I'm gonna let it like dry down for a minute, but it kind of brightens. I don't really mind my dark circles anymore. That was a big piece of my spiritual awakening. I feel like such a dork saying it, but I need to get over that in myself. Is I just don't. One of the big things that happened for me after the spiritual awakening was I realized that value statements, good, bad, good, evil, any of these value statements is such a human thing. And I personally don't believe that the universe operates that way. I think that's something humans have invented to make sense of the world, which, I mean, I don't blame us, but sometimes it's not super useful. So I don't know. I don't assign value to things. Some things aren't for me, and that's fine. But this whole like, oh, I look bad. Oh, I made the wrong choice. She's right. I'm wrong. I don't know. It just doesn't really feel helpful to me anymore. So that is one of the things I got rid of, and it has been most helpful in terms of my own emotions. So I don't label my own thoughts, my own emotions, my own actions as bad. You know, if I do something that isn't in alignment with who I feel like I am, and, you know, doesn't come from a place of love, I'm human. You know, I do my best to approach everything with love, but I'm still human. I get angry. Sometimes things piss me off. I mean, I watch the news and I'm like, fuck you. But still, at the end of the day, when my highest self is operating, I'm trying to avoid those value statements because they're just, I mean, they're not helpful. And they create a lot of like dichotomy and hierarchy that just does not feel helpful to me anymore. Okay. In no particular order, I'm gonna do my brows with the Kosas AirBrow. Am I supposed to do this? I don't know. I have got Honey Blonde, and I just like to, like, I don't want to do, you know, a huge to-do, but like I have these sad little straight brows. They're just kind of like straight lines, and I like to introduce, and they're a little patchy, my natural brows, so I like to try and do just a little bit of color and kind of coax them up into a slight arch shape. I am so jealous of like the Cara Delevingnes of the world. Oh my gosh, I've got a neighbor and good friend who is from Mexico, and her brows are just so thick and gorgeous and like the perfect natural shape. I don't think she touches them at all, and I'm like, girl, can I have your brows please, because these aren't doing anything. I'm sometimes tempted to get you can use Botox to get a brow lift. I'm in a weird place when it comes to cosmetic surgery. Everybody should do what makes them happy. I don't fucking care. Girl, you do you. I'm not sure if I want to do it yet. I don't have a problem with it. I don't think it's innately bad. I think our use of it comes from a lot of like societal things that are less than ideal, because we're telling men and women and humans that they have to look a certain way. But like in and of itself, I don't think it's necessarily a negative thing. But I don't know. I'm not sure I'm there yet. Also, I'm a broke ass bitch, so I don't have money for Botox. But maybe someday I'll get a little brow lift. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Next up is the Ilia Eye Stylus Shadow Stick. And I have this in two colors. I have two different colors of these bad boys, so I can kind of like do a dimensional situation. So I've got a lighter color, which is Flax, and a darker color, which is Noble. These set so fast. They are not, you have to work quick if you're gonna blend anything, which, I mean, they're meant to be easy, you know, they're meant to just smear all over your eyebrow or eyelid, but I don't know, I like to throw in just a little bit of darkness on the outer corner just for a little dimension, but like I could be happy with just one or the other all over my lid. I think I would do the darker one all over my lid if I was gonna do like something like dressy, like if I was doing like, I don't know, I don't really leave my house, but I don't know, if I was going to like a cute little friend dinner or whatever, or like a nice restaurant for dinner, something like that, I might do the dark one all over. But for every day, I think the light one is perfect. I'm gonna attempt to add a little bit of definition in my corners, but it has not been going well for me since I got this darker one because it does set so fast. So I'm just gonna like smudge a little by the lash line and just kind of take it up into that V. I have hooded eyelids, so it's not gonna look quite as good as it does on other people. And again, this is like, I don't know, I'm over the full face for me. I just don't even like the feeling of it anymore. It's such a weird transition. Like, I'll put in a picture somewhere here and I will show you what I used to do every day to go to work. I mean, and I've never been like a professional makeup type person, but I used to put in a lot more effort, and that is just not for me anymore. But I do, oh my gosh, sometimes I'm like looking at pictures of the folks online and just being like, oh gosh, you look fabulous. I'm kind of tempted. But then like I put foundation on my face and I just want to rip my skin off. So you can kind of see that kind of gave the like illusion of a little bit of definition on the eyes. Super messy, not precise in any way, shape, or form, and that's fine. I'm gonna finish my eyes with, I got a mini because I'm not gonna wear mascara every day, like ever. I'm gonna put it on for this. Unlike yesterday, I went to work in person for like 3 hours. I wore it then, but I'm not gonna wear mascara on the daily. And I want it, like, I'm so sick of washing off mascara. I'm done for life. So I put like the tiniest coat of this Ilia Limitless Lash mascara. I wanted it in brown, which they have it in brown, but the mini only comes in black, and there is absolutely no way I'm gonna use it. I've never used a full tube of mascara before it expired, even when I was wearing makeup every day. I feel like there's way too much product in there for how long it takes, and I'm just gonna like gently touch my upper lashes. It's got two different sides. It's got like a comby side and a fluffy side. Kind of like that. Oh, I put on too much. Alright, well, we're going for drama today. How many of you are looking at my eyes right now and being like, girl, that's too much? Like, I can't even see it. Welcome to my world. Anyway, more to talking about my spiritual awakening. I'm not going to really talk about it in like a timeline situation, which I could, but that needs to be me with a THC seltzer and just having a chatty hangout. Maybe even alive, so people could ask questions. So yeah, there's my mascara. I don't put it on the bottom lashes. I tried to yesterday and I regretted it because I got raccoon eyes. I've got very watery eyes. But another thing that has happened for me post spiritual awakening, and it wasn't like a hard point. It wasn't like one morning I just woke up and I'm like, oh, this makes sense. I mean, obviously it was realistically my entire life in the making, but a shorter period of time kind of sped things up, and I would be more than happy to talk about that at some point if anybody's interested. But another thing that really kind of hit me in the brain, so to speak, I identify as claircognizant, so sometimes I just get shit put in my brain and I'm like, oh, okay, thank you, universe. But one of the things that I'm really trying to like live by, and if I could give a gift to the whole world, I would say unsubscribe from shame. Unsubscribe from shame. This is the Violette French, well, Violette_FR is her Instagram handle. And so this is, it's so, oh gosh, I love it. For the longest time, you could only get her products on her website, which I should have just bit the bullet. I did actually order a liquid lipstick from her a while ago, but now they have it at Sephora, so I can actually like see it in person and swatch it. And so this is the Bisou blush, and I got the color Louise. And it even has a little brush on the end, which I don't love as much as my fingers, but I feel like it's good in a pinch. And also, how do you keep it clean? Am I supposed to wash this little brush on the end? Who knows? Anyway, so I'm just gonna put that blush up here. Oh, that's probably way too much. I do love blush though. I tend to go over, even before I went super hippy dippy, I was wearing a lot of blush. Why not? People wear a dark lip. Why can't I wear a dark blush? Anyway, unsubscribe from shame. I'm just gonna pat that in with my finger. Unsubscribe from shame. What does that mean? It means to me that being a human on planet Earth anytime is a difficult journey. You know, it's really difficult right now, especially for certain people. It's even more difficult. Less than ideal things going on in the world right now, but we do what we have to do. We do what we can, and being a human is hard. We should not, or I hate the word should. I have chosen not to make my human experience harder by putting shame on myself or allowing others to put shame on me. And I do not put shame on other people. Ideally, again, you know, I'm human, I make mistakes, but I don't feel shame. I don't think shame is a useful emotion. Guilt can be a useful emotion. You know, if you feel bad, if you hurt somebody that you care about, if you do something that isn't in alignment with who you feel you are as a person, guilt can kind of drive you towards, you know, not making the same choice in the future, making amends if you need to, fixing a situation, whatever. But shame, I'm not sure that shame is a helpful emotion. And for me, I spent 36 years just full on in shame mode, and I didn't even realize it. I felt bad about feeling bad. So, you know, I struggle with depression and anxiety. I'm sure a lot of folks, if they weren't before, they are now. And I realized that I could have a day where my depression symptoms were kind of higher, but I didn't need to make it worse by feeling ashamed of that and feeling like, oh gosh, why do I feel bad? There's no reason to feel bad. I've got a wonderful life. You know, there's people who have so much worse than me. And all those things are true. But I don't have to. Feeling depressed, feeling low, feeling angry, feeling sad, feeling anxious, any of these emotions that aren't as enjoyable to experience, we don't have to make them feel worse by feeling bad that we feel bad. And the same with the world. You know, the world is ready and willing to shame us at every corner. You know, I'm not going to let people shame me for my body. I'm not going to let people shame me for not wearing a full face of makeup. I'm not going to let people shame me for not shaving my armpits. I'm not, and even if it's not like a person doing it to me directly, intentionally, like somebody saying like, ew, Andrea, you need to shave your armpits. I'm not receiving the shame that like society, social media, marketing, all the different things, capitalism, all these things that society puts on us. Like you should look a certain way. You know, I'm not gonna feel shame over being a fat girl. I'm not gonna feel shame over 5 years ago not having any fucking clue what was going on for anybody who was different than me, people of color, queer folks. You know, I was completely fucking clueless. Luckily, I'm on a journey and I'm not as clueless as I was before, but I'm not going to feel bad about that. I'm going to move forward in the way that I want, in a way that aligns with who I feel I am and who I want to be. So, unsubscribe from shame, if I can give you one piece of advice. All right, this is Viola again. This is the Bisou Balm. And this is in the color Betise. And I took so many years of French and I could not tell you what that means. This is exceptional. I am obsessed with this lipstick. So, lips before. I'm going to hit on just like a quick swipe so you can see like what it does. Just a little bit. I mean, like, I could be done there. It looks like I just maybe ate like a popsicle or something. Like, that's wonderful. But you can also build it up a little bit. I mean, it is not a full coverage lipstick. You know, you're going to have to reapply after eating or like drinking something a lot. But like, look at that. It totally clashes with my hair, which I absolutely hate. But the hair will not be this color forever. So we're just going to deal. And it smells like cake, like vanilla-y, and it feels so nice. I love it. I feel like I might get one more reddish color just for if I need to fancy it up, but otherwise, that's my new everyday lip. So, unsubscribe from shame. Maybe just experiment with ditching the value statements, you know, stop judging yourself in your head because the world is not always nice we should at least endeavor to be nice to ourselves. At least that's what I think. So, you know, pay attention to what you say to yourself. Pay attention to what you're thinking. You know, are you engaging with internal dialogue that makes you feel worse? Just ponder. Just ponder. Anyway, also in my makeup bag, and I'm like, this is a game changer for me, having my perfume in my makeup bag. I have so many perfumes. It's inappropriate. But I got this little travel size of, because I can't afford this full size, Phlur Missing Person. And this is I think it's my favorite perfume that I've ever used. And so I keep the little travel size like right in my makeup bag. And it just, I don't even know how to explain what it smells like. It's just, it smells so different than all the other stuff. And I don't really, I don't know. I've been engaging with the beauty industry for so long that, I don't know, everything just kind of feels the same these days, except for things that are coming out that are different, like the Violette French. You know, I don't know. Ilia is pretty cool, but they're not like groundbreaking. This Tula under eye stick is pretty fucking cool. And then just the Phlur Missing Person just smells unlike any perfume I've ever smelled before. All right. So there's my face. I'll lean in to let you see. I'm gonna take my hair out, put my glasses back on. Oh, and then there we are. This is my face every day now. I am clapping from the sidelines for everybody who is still doing a full face of makeup every day, or even just sometimes. I don't have it in me anymore, but girl, you look fabulous. And I hope you come back to chat with me sometime soon. I am going on a fun little 2-day trip to Toronto, so hopefully you'll be seeing that. Probably shouldn't say that just in case I forget to film, but we'll see. But if you liked it, hit that like button. If you think I'm the shit and want to be my friend, hit that subscribe button and come back, because I will definitely have more shit to talk about. Bye. Here's my face up close. Lights are a little bright now, but